Ephesians 6, verse 11, Amplified Classic Version. Put on God's whole armor, the armor of a heavy-armed soldier, which God supplies, that you may be able successfully to stand up against all the strategies and the deceits of the devil. Now, I was given to focus, to clarify the word may. Apparently, at least one person out there needs that clarification. That you may be able successfully to stand up against all the strategies and the deceits of the devil. Not maybe. May versus may not. But you may, meaning you're encouraged to use this armor. The helmet, the sword, the breastplate, the shield, the footgear, they all symbolize truth, faith, belief, love. It is not expected for you to go over the list of these things specifically when you are in a battle of like a verbal argument, for example. But to, because I was thinking for myself, I won't remember the specifics. I don't. But what I do remember is the whole summary of it all, which is faith, belief, and trust. And I have a go-to phrase when I am in a verbal battle with someone in the house I live in who is very much a non-believer. And I bring Jesus right into it. I look up, and there's non-believers used to hearing me do this. Jesus, help me out here. And I don't say it like that. I look up and I like cry out. I received a sign, a clue that, to present this in terms of a summary of sorts, to not be concerned about the various parts, but the overall message of, encouraging you with faith, for you to have faith and trust, big one, trust. Of course, belief is always one of the staples of this. Another example that I experience is when, if you are into donating stuff, clothing, money, housewares, time, and all of us, you find more times than once, all of a sudden everybody's asking you at once and it all comes into your inbox at once. And there are numerous times I'm buckling because it's like I can't answer everybody. So one of these times in particular, I would say to God, I'm like, God, I'm buckling here. Help me deal with this. And one of those times I was given to look at it from a different perspective, not just money, but it's like they're asking me for something. And what they don't include is, in this case, communications. So instead of giving them what they are directly asking me for, I take a different perspective and contact a politician who can in any way help out with changing policy so that this money isn't so needed. The clothing isn't so needed. Even the time spent isn't so needed. Now, we're always going to have to give money, clothing, time, etc. But to try and reduce some of that need is to contact the politicians who make those policies. Now, politics and faith, we all like to separate these things, but the reality is in the world, they're really connected in terms of when policy is disenfranchising people, we're going to care. And so one way to answer one of these donation requests is to go to the politician who may have something to do with this, and I would word a firm but digestible email to let them know I'm a constituent and I care, and I don't like what you're doing. And I was actually encouraged to, just take a backdoor angle to it. Backdoor meaning not seen with what they are upfront asking for. You guys don't know I'm doing this, but instead of giving you money, I'm going over there to ask them to help out. They're the source. So this is part of the armor. You can come up with any way yourself to use this armor, but and I encourage you to memorize even phrases or to come up with something yourself to talk to Jesus, to talk to God. If you can't remember anything else, if you feel like you're powerless in any other way, trust them and talk directly to them.